When contracting with funders, it's important to make sure that your reimbursement rates are adequate to cover expenses associated with ethical operations and to do so in a sustainable way over time. Here are 5 common myths or misconceptions that some providers have going into the contracting process with commercial healthcare funders. Myth number 1 is that healthcare funders, these commercial healthcare funders, cannot or will not negotiate on their rates. This is false. They can, and under the right set of conditions, will negotiate those rates. Those conditions are not uncommonly related to network adequacy issues. Myth number 2, contracting with all funders in a given region is some sign of success or great business acumen. That too is false. Myth number 3, accepting rates below Medicaid in a given region is a standard practice in healthcare. That also is untrue. Myth number 4, relying on a funder representative's verbal commitment to increasing rates after a particular amount of time in network, a year, whatever the case may be, that is false and irresponsible to do any sort of financial planning based on that assumption if it's a verbal commitment, if it's not in writing. Myth number 5, let's call this the I'll figure it out later approach. It is not, in fact, reasonable to assume that for some unknown reason, you will have an increase in rates with a given funder. All right, so another thing to think about is that if any one funder's rates on their own would sink you, you probably want to revisit the appropriateness of moving forward with that funder and how they fit into your financial and business planning. Obviously, providers are encouraged to be part of a competitive market, but it is ultimately up to the provider to determine whether the rates they accept will allow for sustainable operations that meet pertinent industry standards.